I want to make sure that there is more than that. And I did hear some things that behind that sound like you want to make money from the podcast. Can you tell me about that?
That's a good question. I don't know what all the ins and outs of like making money from a podcast is, other than like exposure, of being in front of people. I do want to utilize this type of platform to generate more business for us. But I think it helps open the door for some more opportunities. Like we're working on a blog right now, industry focused, ultimately, that's an income source. If we can profit and monetize this, that would be awesome. And to grow, at the end of the day, freedom for me is it's time freedom. So to rewind kind of how I've connected house flipping and van building, currently where it's at right now, that's what it is. So it's like we've created jobs for ourselves. So it's like, how do we grow it and add a couple different revenue streams where we have the ability to hire the right people to replace us, and we can move up the chain and add a few more income streams that are more meaningful, or not that they're more meaningful, but that are as meaningful as what we're doing right now.
Okay. I think I'm getting it. I'm going to get more when you tell me who you serve. So who would this podcast be there for? Like, who is your perfect listener?
I think it would be the person who's so weird still talking about van life, but I think the person would be somebody who's wants the freedom to wake up where they want, when they want. Van life provides that with the amount of, companies that are allowing people to work from the road. It's a big undertaking to try to do it on your own. And if we can help more people narrow the time frame of building out their own, or if you just help them get that to a more reasonable point where less people are giving up, that would be who we're looking to find.
Okay. Do you think you'd be building out vans for them? You think you would have like a call to action on the podcast that is like, if you're ready to build out your new Ram and travel the world for 18 months, then go to mywebsite.com/get started?
I think that's a piece of it. I mean, I don't think that's the driving factor. I think providing value and good content that'll happen organically that way. But ideally there'll be a call to action for that.
Okay. And so your avatar is somebody who wants to do it and doesn't want to have to figure it all out on their own. Do you think you could have maybe a call to action on the podcast that, even regardless if it's supporting you, I think it really would support your listener, where you gave them like the specs to your most popular Ram build or your most popular Sprinter build or whatever? Mm-hmm. I think you could give the blueprints for that away, or?
I think so. I mean, we've got a lot of ideas, a lot of pokers in the fire of ideas. That's one, is to have, here's our layout, here's A to Z nuts, of everything that goes in there. Here's the dimensions of everything. We've also thought about dummying down is that the right word? Dummying down, ideally like a kit. I mean, that's another idea we've had. Cool. Is like,
cool.
To do that.
That'd be cool. I'd love that. That'd be really awesome. I was thinking before you mentioned kit, my brain was going another direction. I think the kit idea is probably better, but the other direction would probably work as well, where you can state on your podcast, for example, like you could say something to the effect of, it has to be this exact sink, because like no other sink has these dimensions. It's not going to fit with the bed. It's not going to fit with the shower. Yeah. You need the toilet shower. It has to be this exact one, or else you're only going to have a 1-person bed instead of a 2-person bed, or however you say it. Like you're probably really good at sales, and so you probably figure that out quickly. But basically having affiliate links instead of the kit, I think the kit's way better. But it would be also cool to have a website where you got all those places where they can go and get everything.
And we have that. That's part of the blog idea is that.
Okay.
So we're actually following, I feel like my wife is actually working on that. So that we're following a course.
Nice.
And that's geared specifically. That's a big piece of it. So that, to have that and, but yeah, 100%.
Cool. How do you serve that person differently? How do you serve them? What is your niche? What do you do differently than somebody else that's out there? And
Sure.
the answer, Rick, cannot be, well, nobody else is doing it right now. I'm not down with that.
Like what the initial pieces is like, I don't feel like I'm as money motivated as other people. Like I truly want to just help people. Money's important, don't get me wrong, but that's not the ultimate drive. That's not solely who's driving the bus. So at the end of the day, I feel, and not that people don't care, I don't know. I think I've got a good ability to connect with people and actually take a step back, actually empathize with them and truly care, listen to their situation. I think that's one of my superpowers is to actually sit down and actually get to know somebody, hear their story, and not just try to ram an idea down their throat, but to work with them in a way that best suits them